I often wonder why human relationships are too complicated, hard to understand. Meanwhile, they are the same genre. I don't know if animals feel the same chaos, but in friendship, we grow to love people so much that turn to hurt us, to betray us, and we cannot grow past that hurt. Most often we speak of lovers break up, how to heal, but breaking up from a friend, it's deep, it's painful, it's devastating. I can tell you because I have experienced it. But you know what? We are going to go deeper into that conversation today. Hi, everyone. I'm Virginia Nakun. You can call me MP. Welcome to Finding Balance with MP, where we get to discuss these deep topics that it's hard to bring on the table. It's like chaos. It's like it's okay. Meanwhile, truth be told, it's not okay. We help you find balance spiritually, emotionally, and with your society. For today's episode, we will be talking on finding healing from a friendship breakup. How do you heal from that? How do you move past that episode? And for that, I've invited a friend over for us to have this discussion. Just join me as I go meet her. Thank you. Hey, sis.
Hi,
You're here
sis.
early.
I am.
Thank you. You've ordered something
Yes,
already?
I did. I
All
did
right.
already.
Yeah. Thank you, Ate. What did you order?
Hot chocolate, right? Yeah.
Okay. Chocolate mucho. Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
That's
Thank you so
beautiful.
much.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a quote.
Yeah.
Every single sunrise offers a fresh canvas for painting your next chapter. Oh,
Oh,
it's beautiful.
wisdom accumulates silently, like morning dew gathering on leaves at dawn.
Ah, that's special.
Yes. So let's get right to it.
Straight to business, Eva.
Yeah.
Action, baby.
Hey everyone, as I mentioned earlier, today we'll be talking of healing from betrayal, from hurt. And here with me is Snow White. I call her Snow White. Hi Snow White.
Hi, MP.
Snow White is she's my therapist. I don't know how you guys will call it, but she's also a journalist, a professional journalist, and a content creator. You can check her out on TikTok, very consistent. She's a skincare formulator.
That's correct.
Like the grammar is too much for me, guys, but nevertheless, first there's one or two about you, then let's go into the topic.
Okay, I'm excited as well to go into the topic. Thank you
Yes.
so much for having me.
Welcome.
So I am Frances Mamet. I am a journalist, like she said, and I'm also a social media content creator. Just a budding one. Just started my journey. Definitely trying to take it super serious because I see and I know the potential social media has. And
Go girl.
like this one, right?
Yes.
We're all working hard on our social media careers.
Go
And I'm
girl.
so delighted to be here today to talk about friendships, relationships, hurt, heartbreak when it comes to friendships between women.
Yep.
That's it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I want to hear the part of your story. Tell me about your breakup, but let's start with the juicy part of it. The love story that you had with this friend. How was it?
So I'm going to, obviously, I'm in my mid 30s. So we have lived life, I should say.
Yep.
Even though we have a lot more of life to live, but We've been living and definitely had lots of encounters. I'm going to recount a beautiful story because I love how it ends. Today, I consider this person as one of my closest friends. But I'm first of all going to tell you a little about that difficult journey we had. So, pretty young,
How old?
I was in secondary school. We were both in secondary school by then, about from four.
Okay.
And when you're trying to climb the social ladders of secondary school, your brain is not well developed. And this person I was super close with, our moms were friends as well. We lived in the same neighborhood. Like, we've known ourselves forever. And then we built this friendship. But somewhere along the line, that betrayal, that hurt that came from this person talking about me to other people, I
How
couldn't
did you find out? Like,
comprehend.
what happened? Let's say the day before that day, you guys were fine, koji, paddy, kissy kissy. What happened? Who told you?
Well, I first of all noticed the distance because there's
Okay.
something about women. We really are not very good at pretending because we're so emotional. So if I talk bad about you,
You can't face me
it's
anymore.
rare for me to come and just be very joyful because I may pretend, but if we are that close, you will feel that there's something off,
You
and that's
feel it.
how I felt at that specific time. I
But
really
you cannot
felt
place your hand on
on
it.
exactly what it
Right.
is. And then this other person she's been talking with and tried to build a friendship with felt jealous about the fact that, oh, you talked to me about this person yesterday. How come today you're still trying to be friendly with the person? And then that person sold her out to me, like,
Okay, she opened up.
yeah,
And told you
like,
this person has been there.
because she too was interested in being besties with my bestie.
Okay, so it was a bestie battle.
Yes, battle of the besties.
Okay.
And she sold this other person out to me, and that's how I was hurt.
The things she was saying, were they true? Or
They
was it not?
weren't lies because
Okay.
we were that close.
Okay.
But the way they were said,
But
and
they were meant for her
yes,
alone.
and it was purposely to hurt my image at that time. Whether what exact image do we have at that time, I don't know. But that's my. I'm recounting the story because that's the first hurt I had. After that, there are other things I will definitely talk about them. But this one touched because that was my closest friend at that time. I was very young. I had just came out of boarding house, and then that my first encounter in a day school and all of that.
How did it affect you, like your personal life, your daily routine, your emotion? How did it get to you?
To be honest, I'm very cutthroat when it comes to things like that. I tend to protect myself by being what some people will consider harsh. So
Is it like a defensive mechanism? Like,
yeah, over the years. But at that time, I hadn't really gone through much. But I had this principle, and she knew about it very well. I ignore you. I act as if you don't exist. So that's what happened. And she felt so bad. She actually came home, and I was so mean because she was, oh, I'm sorry.
But did you love her that much?
I loved her too. Like I said, this is somebody we work past our difficulties, and we are super best friends right now. I trust her with everything. She knows my deepest, darkest secrets, to be honest. But at that time, you can imagine that's something we're building. I was so hurt, and my mom knew how close we were. And then my mom kept barged in on us. She's like, "What are you doing, Frances? How can your friend be talking to you and crying, and you're so cold?
Yeah.
Come on, you get up and go and meet your friend and sort it out." Like, they forced us to make up. And since we were children, I obeyed my mom at that time. Fortunately, she was there, and we hatched it out. So that was baby hurt.
And then you guys grew past it.
That was baby hurt. That was baby levels.
I have an experience that I would love to share with you.
Were you young or were you
I was mature. I was in my 23 in the university already.
That's a biggie.
So I had my roommate. I cannot say I loved her because
I
I
think
still love her.
I know.
Like I tell everybody about this story because I love her.
I think I know
But we
this
are not close
person.
anymore. We
Oh.
are not close. Like I that breakup was more than boyfriend girlfriend breakup
Ah, MP.
because nobody, no friend that I've ever had can replace her.
Hmm.
She got something that I've not found in anybody.
Oh, up until today.
Up to
Oh,
today,
wow.
she's irreplaceable.
Hmm.
We are all grown, we have kids and all of that. We can call each other once a year. It's
Yeah, I
okay.
was about to ask that.
Yeah.
Like, how is
We
the
yeah, we can
situation
we
right now?
can we can speak like once a year, but we couldn't get to that place of understanding. And I was like, you know what? Maybe that friendship was meant for that season.
Hmm.
And that's what pricked me when I watched your last video about forgiveness.
Oh.
You said the time you think of forgiving, it hurts you the more.
Hmm.
What is that thing that hurts you the more that you're like, rather than forgiving, just be on your space? Because for me, all I needed was that she should hear me out and
Mhm.
she should believe me. I needed to be believed.
Oh, it meant a lot
Yes,
coming from this person because you value
yes,
their idea of you
yes.
in their head.
But moving with time and everything, and I could say, hey, guess what? I don't care. It's a lie. I do care.
Hmm.
I cared.
Yeah, we're not that honest sometimes.
Yes, I cared about me not gisting with her, but for my own sanity, the hardest part was to accept that we can no longer be as we were before.
So I have a question. Let's just switch roles for 2 seconds.
Go.
So when you say you wanted her to hear you and to believe you, technically does it mean there was a situation where she thinks you did
Yes,
something like
yes,
you some sort of a
and then it
betray?
wasn't true.
Oh my god.
Someone gave her an information of what I did that
Hmm.
betrayed her, and it cost her a lot. So she was like, I don't even want to hear you out.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
because everything, like, every other thing was very, like, this is somebody that if I don't have food, she will go hungry
Hmm.
to give me food. If I don't have money,
Hmm.
she gives me the, like, I was like her, she pampered me, like, I
No.
love the
Yeah, you
privilege.
do. You do. You do. I know
But
you do love the
one
pampering.
thing I was like, okay, you know what? I'm good and I'm okay without you. I'm doing fine without you, and I can still do my other stuff. So I just resolved in finding that peace
Hmm.
that I needed for myself. And if you watch my last video, I'm talking of my testimony for 2024. There is
Okay.
something very important I mentioned there. I said this year I wasn't looking for anybody to go and apologize of what I did wrong or right.
Uh-huh.
Rather, I was trying to um, I was trying to apologize to myself for hurting me.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's
I was
deep.
like, I hurt me by allowing me to be in pain. I have not forgiven me for giving you the audacity to
To
hurt
hurt.
me.
Oh, okay.
So,
Because we do have to take responsibility for
yes,
letting people hurt us,
yes,
especially when we see all the red flags,
yes,
because they're always there.
yes.
Something called the female intuition. You see it, and then you blind your eyes. You don't want to take it
Yeah.
into
So I'll
consideration.
be like, I always get to you to this talk and ask like, how do we get this? I want people listening
Hmm.
to us right now, like using my case study. How will I have done it better? Because this thing ate me up for years. For years,
Hmm.
I kept talking about it. I
Hmm.
kept seeking to be heard, to be acknowledged, and I needed balance. I needed that balance to say, I'm okay. You may not be okay with me, but I find my peaceful place.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a complicated one,
Hmm.
especially when, I always come from the standpoint of someone hurting me and then me pushing that person away and just staying away.
But this one, I did the
It's
hurt.
opposite.
Yeah.
You quote
You
unquote
both,
did
yeah,
the hurt
assume
because
that I,
yeah, because you didn't apparently.
yeah.
So it's pretty tricky. What if I did something to hurt somebody, and then how do I move past it, knowing the person hasn't let go,
Yeah.
or the person
Yeah, the
has
person
let
say, yeah,
go,
I forgive you.
but
You
we
know, she's
cannot
like,
be as we
it's,
were.
yeah, it's fine. I've forgiven you. But the fact that the quote unquote hurt came from me,
Hmm.
I'm not okay until I know that you believe me.
Hmm. Well, actually, wouldn't that be just stressing yourself
Right.
for somebody else's actions,
Mm-mm.
like somebody else's way of thinking and way
Yeah.
of reacting?
Yeah.
You letting that determine how you move on. That's a bit. I don't want to use the word weak,
Mm-hmm.
but that's you allowing yourself to be so influenced by somebody else's thoughts and actions.
So how do I do it? What do I do?
I think you were so fixated on the point that you wanted to be heard. What if you
Okay.
do we really need closure? Because that's the word.
Mm-mm.
Closure is the word. In relationships as well and as in friendships, something happens in life in general. You feel the need to close the gap. You feel the need, like you want to have that one last conversation to air out your mind. It happens a lot, even in relationships, like boy girl relationships.
Yeah.
Like a guy will break a girl's heart or ghost a girl, and then the girl just wants one opportunity. Let's just sit and talk about it. Even if we decide to go our separate ways, can we just at least talk about it?
Yeah.
But as we mature, I think at that time you were pretty young, even though you said you're in your 20s, but that's pretty
early
young
20s.
as compared to now.
Yeah.
You've matured, you've gained experience, you've gained knowledge in how to handle things. And what I personally believe, and this is what I'm going to be saying all through, I would never state something as a fact. It will always be my opinion. So feel free to disagree in the comment section. Feel free to tell us what you think in the comment section as well. But this is my opinion. Hopefully it helps someone out there. But if you do not agree with it, that's fine as well. So I think that when someone doesn't want to give you that last opportunity to speak your mind, to try to understand, that in itself is closure. That in itself. I'm going to just take an example. A friend heard that you betrayed, you did something, they were not happy about it, they didn't confront you about it, but somehow it came out and you guys had maybe an altercation. And after that, you reach out to the person, like, I would really love for us to talk. Is it possible for us to talk? And the person says no. No, that's the closure you need. Stop telling yourself you need more. That in itself, if the person says, I never want to hear from you again, I'm so mad, I'm done
I don't
with this.
need you in my life.
That
Get
enough.
off.
It's closure. That in itself is closure.
So toxic.
The need for you to want to explain yourself, express yourself, also comes from a fundamental.
Convince the person.
Yeah, it comes from a fundamental part of our character. Like while you were growing, you always felt the need to explain yourself. As African children, you always felt the need to explain to your parents. My own was, I will write apology letter. Mommy, I'm sorry. Mommy, I'll never do it again. Mommy, I did it because da 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 da. I promise you I'll be the best girl ever. And so when you're raised like that, you feel the need to always recreate that in your relationships. You feel the need to want to explain yourself, always feeling the need.
Be accepted.
Yeah,
Be
like
validated.
you absolutely want that person to hear what you have to say
and believe you.
because you feel like that's going to change something. If this person was a true friend, after hearing that, don't you think instead of blowing it out of proportion, they should have first of all wanted to talk to you?
Yeah.
So it's their decision that they didn't want to. And even after you try to want to explain, if they don't want to hear it, that enough in itself is closure.
Yeah.
It will hurt. Now, this is the thing. Sometimes we don't want to sit in our hurt.
Yep.
Sit and let it hurt.
Ouch.
You're not gonna die.
Ouch.
It's gonna build. It's gonna build character. Trust. It hurts. But sit in your hurt. If you need to sit in a dark room with no noise and sit in that hurt, do it. If you need days, hours, weeks, months, I advise people not to spend too much time. But if that's what you need, take it and then go from there. I've realized something. The world that needs people, nobody is actually looking out for you. So you have to look out for yourself. Now, that may sometimes look selfish, but you have to do what's best for you. Does it serve a purpose if you are so worried about what another person thinks of you? It doesn't. If you know who you are, allow it to hurt, mommy.
Yeah.
You're not gonna die, but you're gonna be able to move on from there. And you push yourself out there. Push yourself.
Nice conversation. So deep, so deep. So, can I have like a final conclusion for us to like wrap this off?
Sure. You know, human beings, we all have our flaws, we have our imperfections. And to be quite honest, someone you have an issue with today, the best friendships for me come out of succeeding to overcome the hurdles on the way to grow stronger. I think that happens even in marriage. Dying to self daily, forgiving and re-forgiving and post-forgiving and pro-forgiving. We say it, it's not easy, but even as somebody who has hurt someone, and you, the person who has been hurt, if you give it a chance, especially if you see how genuine this person is,
Yeah.
friendships like this blossom into sisterhoods. Personally, from experience, that's what I think. So even if you don't feel like forgiving, give it a chance. Give a chance for this other person to be able to say something to you. If you did the hurting, be honest enough to seek this person's forgiveness as well and find a way to move on. Life is deep, and as people, as humans, we need community.
Yes.
You cannot afford to cut everybody off along the
I agree.
way as you keep going through.
We need community.
And women, we are known for building community.
Yes.
So we need to imbibe in ourselves the need to build community. And you don't build community by cutting people off. Oh, you're so strict. Once this
Block,
person does
go.
something, you cut the person off. That's horrible now. And that's one thing we should pick from this.
Beautiful.
Learn, yeah, give an opportunity for the person to explain themselves. You seek genuine forgiveness. You change. I mean, life is short.
Beautiful.
And we're not islands. We need each other. Whether we believe it or not.
Like even when God
we
said,
need each other.
"It's not good for a man to be alone," he wasn't just talking about being with a woman. Like even with your community, even with your
Yes,
fellow.
we do need it.
Yeah.
We do need it.
So
It's not hypocrisy, because sometimes people think that you forgiving or deciding not to get angry or letting go of hurt. Sometimes people will look at you like, she's a hypocrite.
Skeptical.
She's just pretending. But we
That's
need to
really
be that
genuine.
easygoing.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to create boundaries
Of
so
course.
people don't hurt you over and over again.
Of course.
But we don't gain anything by cutting people off at every slight issue. So let's remember to build healthy relationships, build communities. You're not perfect. Your friend is not perfect. Give leeway for people to make mistakes.
Yeah.
That's life.
Whoa, what a conversation. What a conversation. I hope this helps somebody.
I do hope
Yeah.
to.
So if you went through or you're presently facing that challenge time with your friend, as you heard, it's both ways. It can be either your friend hurt you or you hurt your friend. Reach out, and if the person is like, "No, I don't want it," then that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
Find the peace within you to let go and accept it, because one episode that I felt good after I did, or I felt that my place of balance was accepting,
Mm-hmm.
acceptance.
Yes.
Once I accepted that, okay, she is no longer at that space, that was it for me. I felt so okay.
Like a relief.
Yeah,
Like a burden is
yeah,
breaking off.
I felt relief. We want to put out the good vibes, asking for forgiveness, bringing out, being truthful and everything. But if that person doesn't see the way you see it, it's fine. Go through the hurt. Don't hide it. Acknowledge it. Don't say you don't care me what you do,
Yes.
because you need to heal from it. That's how you will be able to find healing and then accept it and move past it.
That's correct.
What a beautiful. Thank you so much, Frances. Like, I
Always
think
a pleasure.
we will have to do another one.
Always a pleasure. Anytime, MP.
Thank you. So, guys, please watch, comment, let me know what you think. Share your experience if you faced this before. And of course, subscribe and share the video. Love you all. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Ciao, ciao.